At LSU, faculty are transforming how students access knowledge by embracing open educational resources. The LSU Libraries OER Advancement Fellowship empowers faculty to replace costly textbooks with free, high-quality learning materials, advancing equity and improving education for all.
Originally, I didn't realize it applied to what we do in engineering. However, after meeting a colleague who worked in engineering who had successfully used open access resources or open educational resources, I started trying to figure out if that was something that we could do, because I think it's so important. Anything that we can do to make college more accessible to anybody, especially at a state university, was really important to us.
I've used the same text for about 20 years, and it's gone from about $75, which was ridiculous, because it's a 300-page book, to about $135. And so for the last however many years, I've thought I really need to just cut the cord on textbooks and go to a free internet resource.
Well, the first thing that comes to mind is obviously it makes textbooks affordable, really affordable. So the students don't have to worry about how am I going to find that $150 to get a textbook for a single course when I have 3 more courses to take. So that affordability is a major issue, and OER is a very good initiative to support that.
LSU use OER to build more flexible, engaging, and up-to-date materials tailored to their students' needs.
This is sort of the culmination of 30 years of wanting to be able to provide better resources to my students that are more tailored to them and what they need, and that I can also change on the fly as my students need it.
So because of the LSU OER Libraries Initiative, I'm able to take all of those bits and pieces that were sort of hodgepodge before and combine them into what we need.
The first thing that got my attention with OER is that I can have a combined platform where I can place all the codes, all the explanation, all the data, so the students don't have to go back and forth from a book to an online resource and back and onto a coding platform for that matter. So it was an all-in-one package for me.
I've been interested since I got to LSU and found out that we have OER resources, about taking that information and then putting it into a more sort of online book format that my students can access, so I can actually cut the cord on the expensive textbook. And so when the grant came along, I thought, well, that's my shot.
Faculty aren't alone in this work. LSU Libraries offers expert support at every step.
So there are other resources, online platforms where you can place all these codes, dump all this material, and students can go read and do all that stuff. So those resources are available. But what made me so excited about OER is you guys. Because being someone who's in that field for some time, some things may be very obvious to me. I think, okay, this makes sense, this typeset makes sense, this flow makes sense to the students. But when somebody from outside my field, somebody who has experience with accessibility issues, for example, or readability experience, whether this is readable enough or understandable enough for students to understand what I'm talking about, that is where your expertise come in. I immediately realized, okay, there's a team of people who are very much dedicated to making sure that whatever stuff I'm writing in my book, that is understandable, that is accessible.
The OER Advancement Fellowship is just one way LSU Libraries helps faculty innovate and students succeed.
Being in the open access domain, I'm sure it might be very helpful in raising that level of interest in other faculty who might want to do something like this for themselves, for their students, or want to collaborate on a very similar topic for their next project. So that is something I'm really looking forward to. And having seen this entire process and how fun and seamless this entire process was, I would really like to continue doing this.